Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Timothy L. Brooks from Sacramento, California. I play the role of Maurice in Disciples of a Craftsman, and I'm also one of the co-writers.
My name is Dania Denise. I'm from Fairfield, California, and I was the acting coach as well as one of the co-directors of Disciples of a Craftsman.
What makes this movie special to you? It can be what the movie's about or how we made it, just in your mind. What makes it stand out?
This is the kind of film and the kind of story that you don't see every day because it was, I think, produced in a certain unique way, it was shot in a unique way, and the people involved are very unique to it. So it has a lot of heart. And it's so funny. It's funny without even trying to be funny because people are just, honestly, the actors were just themselves with just a couple of directions in terms of character. So it's just a special movie all around to me.
It's two things. Well, first, I'm thankful to be a part of a film with great story. Let me put it like that. It's like she said, a little bit of comedy. Ain't supposed to be funny, but it's a little funny. It's drama. It's sexy. It's a little bit of everything. It's a hell of a story. So that feels good to be part of something with substance. And then on the other side of it, on the acting side of it, this is my first time being a leading man. So this is like confirmation for me that I was actually able to do this. So I wasn't sure. Like I said, most things that I've done was either co-starring or just scene by scene. But to be in almost every scene of this project, it just really showed me that I have the endurance to last during even some uncomfortable conditions, I guess you could say. Like weather and stuff like that, you never know. We was in Frisco, in San Francisco on a rooftop, freezing, but we got through it. And it was like, can't really complain because everybody's freezing, you know? But it just proved to me that I could do this, so it's great.
What's a challenge that when we got through it, or during the challenge where you went, well, if we get through this, we're gonna get through everything. Or because we got through this, we can get through everything.
I had never been in a situation where it's comedy and you have to stay in character. So I didn't, I used to see people breaking on SNL like, man, that shit ain't that funny. I'd have a straight face and I'm like, man, maybe not.
It humbled you.
It humbled me. It humbled me for sure. But it also, like I said, it worked that muscle of, I'm not naturally a comedian, so if I wasn't a buddy comedy, I would be the straight guy more than likely. So I would have to be like, like Robert Downey and Due Date.
Yes.
With Zach Galifianakis, you know what I mean? So let me practice on being that straight guy, but also throw a little funny in there too, whenever I can. But that was tough for me, honestly.
When we had to shoot a scene and get Coach Yerby's coverage without the actor in his scene, and I stood in as basically the body double, and I ran the lines, and I had to assume the performance of Dom and be Dom, and we had to choreograph the whole shot because the camera had to work around me. I couldn't be in the shot. And so it was like a synchronized dance where I would be standing and the actor Robert Dion, what's that, Robert?
Shout out to Robert.
Was doing his lines, and I knew the camera was gonna pan and move, and so I had to duck under, but he knew where to keep it was insane because we didn't plan that. We just realized that was gonna have to be the situation because thankfully I was the acting coach and I've been rehearsing with you guys for so many months. I knew the lines, and because I'd watched Jatan so much, and as a coach and as an actor, you observe so much. So I couldn't be me just giving the lines. He had to be believable enough because this was a very intense scene. And so I got the mannerisms, the posture and everything, even my tone was different, and I was inflecting the same way that Jatan was delivering his lines because I needed to keep Coach in that moment.
What was it like directing a project where the talent had a wide range of experience in terms of how long they've been acting?
It's always a challenge, especially as an acting coach, and I think me being a coach and not just a director really helped me because I never treat everyone as if they're all on the same page. That's impossible. And I think too many people make assumptions, and I try not to do that. So I will try to gauge where everyone is first, and then I can find a through line where it's like, okay, even if I have more experienced actors, but I have a few that are new, I'm gonna kind of cater more to them, and my experienced actors are gonna understand what I'm doing. All of the actors were very open, they were very receptive, and that made my job easier because then I can go, okay, I can explain what's happening and breaking down a scene, and they don't feel intimidated to not ask a question. Like, no one's afraid to sound stupid or look stupid because I created a safe environment where we're all learning and figuring out together. I don't even have all the answers, nor will I ever say that because that means I've stopped growing and stopped learning, and I never want to get to that point. Having actors of different ranges is great. It's a good positive challenge, and they also get to learn from each other because then the up and coming actors can look at somebody with a bit more experience, and I see them observing, taking notes, asking questions, and that's an environment that everyone can thrive in. So I love it.
Let's say you go to college, you might be a freshman, but you might be there with a 60-year-old because you just came back to school, right? But you learn from everybody, all their perspectives, still a little bit of their skills, you know what I mean? Somebody might do a little something that you like, you be like, oh, I'm gonna try my version of that, you know? And it helped. You make it your own. I've only been acting for, a handful of years myself, but if I got some knowledge to help somebody else be a little more comfortable in the scene, then I do that for sure. If I see them, once you mess up a line or you flub, you instantly get into your head and you start to shut down. So if I see that happening, I try to help out, because I've been there too. But it was a good experience.
How big of a difference was it directing alongside two other co-directors compared to directing by yourself in other projects?
The differences were all really positive for me, because you have to be in charge of 1,000,001 things as a director. You're captain of the team, you're steering the ship, but then to offset that with two other people that you actually basically share a brain with, when you have the synergy, we really were kind of at a certain point communicating telepathically, where we could just give a look and we knew a take was good, and it took the pressure off of me because then I could just focus on the actors. I think it gave me more opportunities to really handle stuff that might have been missed otherwise. When you stretch yourself too thin, yes, you can do it all, but if you don't have to, it does decrease the odds of you missing something, because you can only be responsible for so much.
It was great because I feel like I can go to each one for specific answers. If my AD didn't have an answer, it was something that was a director or a writer or a coach question. I had those people. Now, you see, I just broke it down to 3 different categories. Depending on what my question was, I knew who to bother at that time. But it was like how Dee was saying, though, it was great to have her be able to be a little free and be able to move around, because a lot of the times when actors did have downtime, she was right there, boom. It was really beneficial, honestly.
Is there a standout moment that struck you while during production?
There's too many to pick, but if I had to pick one in the moment, I think it was when we were on the rooftop in San Francisco, because the location fell through the first time. And Murphy's Law was trying to get us that day, and collectively we were trying to come up with a game plan. And then I just remember getting there early, and I was watching the comings and goings of the different people that were living in the buildings. And then I saw the group of guys that went into the building with the pizza. And so when we found out the location fell through and we were shooting the other scene in the alley, and then they circled back around, I was like, that's a sign.
That's a sign.
I said, let me just shoot the shot and just see what happens. So, I pulled out my, hi, so you guys look. Yeah, you gotta use it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come in, just tighten it up. And the fact that they were so generous, big ups to Eli and the crew, love you guys. You let us into your home. You literally met us that day.
Yeah.
And you gave us the opportunity to not only film, but I think the shot looked great.
Yeah.
I don't know what the other location would have looked like, but seeing you guys running your lines, and then the lights of the Bay Area, and everything just felt so meant to be. Everyone was just getting through it. No one was complaining. Yes, it was cold, but we are here because we love what we do and we wanted to tell the story right. And so that night was really special. It was long, it was exhausting, but I didn't feel any of it. Just in the moment, making sure these guys were good, making sure the people behind the camera were good. It was a beautiful scene to witness, and to know what it took. When we watch it for real, people are just gonna be like, oh, that's dope, but we know what it took to get that shot that almost didn't happen. So I think that for now is the standout for me.
I had a standout moment during rehearsal with my boy Juice. Hey, I was rehearsing with one of my co-stars. What's his last name?
Gilbert.
Jatan Gilbert. Shout out to Jatan, man, my boy Juice. And we was running lines. Y'all know about this day. We got I don't want to brew it, I don't want to spoil it, but we were running lines and he did something off a book. It was something that wasn't part of the script. And I was like, oh, but it fit. But when he did it, it threw me all the way off. I was prepared and he just shattered that shit real quick with one word, right? And it just made me realize that was talking about in the last question about working with people that are kind of veterans or people that are more seasoned than you. It made me realize oh, okay, you know what, instead of me just sticking to the script so much, do that, but be the character completely. He was completely being the character of Dom that you guys will see. I was Maurice, but I was like in a box a little bit. Literally that day, I said that shit ain't happening again, and it didn't happen for the rest of the shoot. He had me nervous though, and in a good way. It's almost like if you sparring somebody and they get you with a good one, you're like, oh, okay, he really fighting, all right. And it was great, and that was like my biggest standout moment that I remember, because I take that with me. I'm gonna take that with me into the future.
With all that we've done about this film, all that you know about, what it's about and what we're trying to do when we release it.
Mm-hmm.
See, what does it mean to be a craftsman in your community?
I'll go first on that one. To be a craftsman is just, I think Nipsey Hussle is the perfect example of that. You just setting the tone for everybody else. By being the example though, you're not pointing fingers first. First you're looking at the man in the mirror, seeing what you can do in a positive way. Don't matter what walk of life you're in either. Like you can be a street dude, a professor, anything, a man, woman, whatever, a youth, doesn't matter. Your voice and the decisions that you choose to make on not a daily basis, but a moment to moment basis. Every interaction you have with somebody. I don't want to say too much about the film, but I was going to say in the film, the character Dom does some stuff for the community. That's his own way of helping out. And I just seen the rapper Lil Russell. He just spent 100 and he loaded like 50 food cards with 150 bucks to give back to the community. That's a craftsman. Just paying it forward. As long as you're paying it forward, maybe it's not always about monetary stuff. It could just be words of encouragement. And then, like I said, leading by the example. That's a craftsman. It's that simple, really.
It's always that idea of not forgetting where you came from, and also realizing you can always go home. Not a lot of people can say that. So if you're fortunate enough to have a community, whether it's good, bad, no community is perfect, but if you have the opportunity to come home, I think you take care of home, because then you're inspiring future craftsmen. This only works if you can replicate it. You don't want to be a gatekeeper. We've seen how our industry has been damaged in so many ways because of gatekeeping. And so being a craftsman is putting in the work, boots on the ground, and realizing that you don't have to have all the answers, but you have the confidence in knowing that you can find opportunities to keep bringing good back home. Because when home is solid, when your foundation is strong, you can accomplish anything, and all those people in that community don't feel left behind. They feel like, now I can dream bigger, I can do bigger, and I don't have to do a big, huge thing to feel that accomplishment. Because food drive, donating clothes, speaking at schools, there's no shortage of opportunities to be a craftsman. It's no magic formula. You just have to find things you care about and talk to people. Community is about people. We don't do this alone, and we shouldn't have to.
Amen to that.